This is the Squared Circle Pyschobabble. My name is Michael Valenti. This is Ralph Valenti, and it's Summerslam, and it's the biggest party of the summer, Ralph. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it comes once a year, but it's finally here, and we're excited for it.
Yes, and actually, I'm very, very optimistic about this show. I know it's going to be a long day, and you're definitely going to want to pop in the brewskis early, your little Steve Weisers, Ralph Weisers, whatever you want to call them.
Starting the party early. I'm halfway there. So.
Very nice. And this actually is a 13-card match, so we're looking at a 6.5, 7 hour long show, Ralph. So Not only are you going to need alcohol, you might need a pillow and a blanket by the end of this show.
Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully there's plenty of time for Steve Weisers and some good matches and some good wrestling in between. So.
And before we get started with our predictions, I feel like something needs to be on the line. Like everyone else that does predictions, they do these like little punishments. So we got to do something. So first off, the winning predictor is going to get this, our little championship belt. Now
a cheap little knockoff championship belt. Absolutely.
Why not? You know, right now I know this is the Intercontinental Championship match, our belt, but we'll dazzle it up a little so that it's the greatest predictor championship, or whatever we want to call it. What do you want to call it? You could comment below on this video and tell us what you think our title should be called, but something else needs to be put on the line. I feel like we do like a flare chop challenge, I guess. What do you think? So the amount that the losing person gets wrong has to get a flare chop to the chest.
Per each one.
Per each one. So if I get 7 wrong or you get 8 wrong, I get 8 flare chops to your chest. Now, little note here, I get a little extra padding underneath this shirt. I'm like Austin Powers underneath here, so you're not going to do much damage, but I don't know what you do for manscaping, but I think I could get warmed up here for those flare chops. I'm excited. But let's get on to the predictions here. Let's start with the pre-show. We got the B team versus the Revival for the Raw Tag Team titles. And I got to admit, I'm not at all invested in this.
I wish I could say I was. The B team is just that. They're a B team. They're not really made to be taken seriously, I would think.
But that's what's great about them.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
B team, yeah. Go.
That's the only thing that I think people will kind of be invested in is their entrance. I wish the Revival was used better than they have been to this point.
It was put together Monday night on the go-home show of Raw after their triple threat match, which also involved Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, which apparently could be Matt Hardy's swan song. With that said, who leaves SummerSlam with the tag team championships?
I would like to see the Revival and see them given a legitimate run and a legitimate chance to get over. But, I mean, they've already invested in the B team to this point, and I see that one.
So you're going with the B team?
I'm going with the B team.
Well, it looks like we're going to disagree on our first match, because I think this is time for the Revival to finally get some recognition in the tag team division, and this is going to be the start of a reboot that this division desperately needs, and the Revival could definitely do that for you. And the B team, give them credit for what they are doing right now. I think they're super over with the crowd. I think the new theme song, the t-shirts will still sell regardless if a win. The Revival need to win more, and I think it comes here. So the Revival for me. So moving on to the next match, which I'm a little surprised that this is a pre-show match. I would definitely love to see this on the main card. It's Rusev and Lana squaring off against Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Zelina, Vega. The storyline with Aiden English and Rusev and Lana, I think, has been told really well. And the talent that Andrade, Cien, Almas has, I feel like this could have been the first match of the main card.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's really unfortunate. And like you said, there's so many matches on this card. And one of the biggest issues I have with Raw and SmackDown to this point is the talent pool is so deep. And when they bring guys up from NXT, like Almas, who should at least be a mid-card guy. And I don't even know if he's quite at that point yet. And then a guy like Rusev, who's so over. To see him on the pre-show, it's almost like a slap in the face, especially because he was just fighting for the championship against AJ Styles.
I feel like Aiden English will get involved in this match. Mm-hmm. Now the question is, does it help?
It has to at this point.
Does it help Rusev and Lana, or does he fail yet again and this could be the end of Rusev Day? To me, I think Almas and Vega are going to go over in this match. I think the momentum's there.
Yeah.
And Almas definitely has projection. And honestly, the loss, I don't think will affect Rusev and Lana too much. I think Rusev is highly popular. I think the Rusev Day thing is seriously over. And I don't think a loss here will really affect that.
Yeah, if it's a fluke win, like Aiden English tries to interfere to help Rusev and then actually hurts it or costs him the match, and Almas gets some type of fluke win, then you can have Rusev and Aiden English do their own thing, have their own feud. That sets that up, and then Almas can go on to another feud with somebody else, and maybe that will catapult him into that mid-card or even upper mid-card level, which he's certainly capable of doing that. I mean, he was one of the better guys on the NXT roster.
I'm actually excited for this match. It's Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight Championship. I mean, if there's anybody that I like from 205 Live, it's Drew Gulak.
Me too, yeah.
I really like Drew Gulak. And
his PowerPoints.
Yep, the PowerPoints. And I know he's kind of drifted away from that now, and he's, become this real serious Cruiserweight wrestler. And give credit to Cedric Alexander, who's doing a great job as champion, but I think 6 months is enough for him, or 4 months is enough for him, and it's time to give the belt to Gulak. I think he's really deserved it, so I'm going with Drew Gulak here.
I'm going with Gulak, and I'm saying possibly a Rey Mysterio appearance.
Well, there is the rumor.
There's that rumor going around that he's supposedly signed or is signing with the WWE.